Okay, so the R1 Shadowhunter is a brand new free DLC weapon from Season 2 that's literally just released, and you can unlock it for free with a weapon challenge in multiplayer on Warzone, and today I'll show you how to complete this challenge to unlock it easily and quickly. So, I'm going to quickly explain the challenge, give the best class setup and game modes for this, and then some quick tips to help you get the challenge done much faster. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video so you don't miss out on any important tips, because you want to be getting this done quickly, getting the weapon, and then getting on to using it in the game. Obviously, once you've unlocked the weapon as well, you're probably going to want to make a nice class with it, and then obviously, I'm sure some of you will want to get the weapon gold to either get dark matter or dark ether in zombies or whatever. So if you're interested in the class setup, I'll have a card for that on screen and a link in the description when it's available. I'll also have a video soon on how to get the camos done with this weapon, and if you're interested in that, again, there'll be a card for that and a link in the description, so make sure you check it out. I'll have it ready as soon as possible. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to how to unlock the R1 Shadowhunter. So the challenge says, using a weapon with no attachments, get 3 one-shot, one-kill medals in 15 different matches. Now for anyone that doesn't know, a one-shot, one-kill medal is a kill where only one bullet was needed to kill the enemy. Obviously, as the name suggests, you usually get these with shotguns and snipers normally in a game. However, don't worry, because there's a much easier way of getting it done without having to equip shotguns or snipers, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. So basically what this challenge means is get 3 kills in a match where only one bullet was needed each time. Now also guys, please bear in mind, as a quick note, this needs to be in 15 completed matches, so you can't leave early, because if you leave early the progress will seem to count initially, but if you come off the game or you restart it, the progress will reset, so you must stay in the match until it finishes. It's annoying, but with this method I'm going to tell you in a second, it won't actually take too long anyway, so you don't need to worry about it. You can get it done in less than an hour. And also, to check that your progress is actually counted in the game, what you need to do is press the in-game menu, then hover over the class you want, then click on edit next to your class, click on the secondary, hover over the R1 Shadowhunter, which is at the bottom of the list. It's in this special weapons tab, and that will tell you how much progress out of 15 matches you've done. So check this before the match to know what you're on, then you can check it in game if you want, finish with the match, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, so let's very quickly go through a class setup, and then we'll talk about the best modes and the strategy and stuff like that. So the primary, what do you want to put on? Well, obviously it can be any weapon. A good example is an assault rifle, but any weapon you guys want. Perhaps try and choose a weapon that you either need to level up or you need to get camo challenges on or something like that. If not, then just choose any random weapon. Now you could also make a second identical class setup, but where the primary has attachments on it, so that as soon as you get your 3 kills, you then switch to that class and then you can go back to using the weapon with attachments. The secondary, it doesn't matter too much. A good example would be a launcher though, such as the Sigma or the M79, to kill enemies faster towards the end of the game, or you can also get them off objectives and stuff. The reason why this is important will be apparent later on. Okay, in terms of the perks, I went for the perk grid wildcard, so I could put on 2 perks in each slot, and then in perk 1 I went for flak jacket, which allows you to take less damage from enemy explosives and molotov or combat bow flames. I then also went for tactical mask, which gives you max resistance to flashbang and stun grenades, and you're immune to the gas as well. In the second perk category, I went for Quartermaster, which allows you to recharge equipment over 25 seconds. I also put on Tracker, so you can see an imprint of enemy footsteps, and you can also aim at enemies to reveal them on your team's minimap. Obviously that bit is not useful, but the footsteps is obviously to see where they are on the map, which can be good for getting kills quickly while we're going for this challenge. In the third perk, I've gone for Gung Ho, so you can fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. You can move at full speed when reloading, switch weapons faster, take less damage from falling, and fire more accurately while sliding. Obviously those are useful things, you can use that in the game, but again, for a reason which will be clear in a minute, we don't need any of the other perks in tier 3. So that's why I went for this one. I'll explain why in just a minute. I also put on Ninja, so you can move more quietly, your footsteps aren't as loud, and obviously your character only speaks when necessary, so that's good for being a bit more stealthy, but obviously it's not crucial, but it obviously can help in the match. What about the equipment then? Well, I've put on a C4 for the lethal. You can obviously use that to kill enemies or help with objectives. You can put on frags, semtex, molotov, anything you want, but this is what I went to go for. And for the tactical, I put on a stun grenade. You can use this to throw at enemies to stun them and slow their movement, and they're easier to approach. Again, it's not really useful for this because you only need to get 3 kills, but there is another reason for this, and that's because it's great if you want to go for certain camo challenges. So for example, the Flora camo challenges on the assault rifles and other weapons where you need to get 75 kills while the enemies are detected, stunned or blinded. And obviously if you've got these on, it can help you with that, so that's one reason to put them on. If you guys want something else, feel free to put it on, but this is what I went for to help me with the camo challenges. And then for the field upgrade, I put on a field mic. Again, this is good for the Flora camo challenges. Now let's move on to the best maps and modes. So the best mode is hardcore, as enemies have a health low enough that every kill only takes 1 bullet to kill them, and hence every kill you get will earn a 1-shot 1-kill medal. So 100% the best types of modes are the hardcore modes. There's no point trying to go around with the sniper if you can literally just jump into hardcore and get 3 kills. So really what the challenge is saying to you is jump into hardcore and get 3 kills in a match. It's as simple as that, and do that 15 times. It's super easy. So since you need to complete 15 matches and you can't back out, hardcore face-off is the best, because the face-off mode, and obviously you can do that in hardcore, is a small 3v3 map which is capped at about 5 or so minutes, and so it won't take long. Normally you can finish it in about 3 to 4 minutes on average, depending on how quick you are. Objectives also require less points to win, normal mode, so it's really quick, it's small, it's efficient, and it's the best way. The best map I found is ICBM. It's small, it's circular, it's easy to kind of get on top and underneath people and round into the spawn, and easy to kind of pick them off as quickly as possible. Obviously the other maps are okay as well, but ICBM is really good for face-off. Obviously that's in hardcore mode, so only hardcore modes is what I'd recommend. You could also play, you know, like hardcore Nuketown 24/7. It's also good, but it's a bigger map, there's more players, more points are needed to win, and it normally takes longer to play, and also there's a longer time limit of 10 minutes, so I would recommend avoiding this unless you prefer playing in Nuketown or there's some other reason, like you're going for a challenge or something, in which case it might make more sense to kind of overlap that challenge and this one and do it in Nuketown. Otherwise, hardcore face-off is the best way to go. So that's all for multiplayer. What about Warzone then? Well, obviously you're going to want to go for plunder, you get infinite lives, immediate custom loadouts. However, there are other modes, and we'll talk about that later on if plunder just isn't doing it for you. So the strategy for multiplayer, we'll move on to Warzone in a minute, but the strategy for multiplayer is to spawn in and get 3 kills with your weapon with no attachments. You can then obviously switch to another class with attachments if you prefer and use that class for the rest of the match, or you can stick with the one you had, and then you can either try to complete other challenges or rush to finish the match as fast as you can. So if you want to do other challenges, you know, there's lots of things you can do. So you can level up your weapon, you can keep getting as many kills as possible. You know, you should probably consider activating a double weapon XP token before the match if you have one, just to speed things up a little bit. You can also go for the tiger camos like headshots. Obviously you can go for bloodthirsties, so for this you want to try and take more cover on the map. After you've gotten 3 kills, obviously try to take more cover on the map, be slower, don't run a gun, reload when sensible, and hopefully you can get some bloodthirsties in the match. There's also things like the flora camo challenges, which I mentioned earlier, which is where you kill enemies who are revealed, blinded or stunned or detected, and obviously you can use these stun grenades and field mic for this. Now you can also go for rapid kills if your weapon is leveled up high enough, because obviously this is one of the final challenges in the multiplayer weapon camo challenges. So rapid kills, obviously they're really good in this mode and really easy because it's hardcore. You can quickly get lots of kills, and that will help you to get these rapid kills. So try to get as many kills as you can within a life as fast as possible, you know, jump onto objectives and so on, and that could be a way to go with this. Alternatively, if you don't want to do any of these challenges or anything, you literally just want to quickly get those 3 kills in the hardcore face-off to complete that progress towards the challenge and then finish the match as fast as possible. If you're just wanting to get the weapon done as fast as possible, then you're going to want to use a different strategy. So you don't want to kind of take things a bit slower and focus on the challenge. Instead, there's 3 or 4 kind of main ways you can do it depending on the specific game mode. So obviously you're in face-off in hardcore, but there's different modes like kill confirmed, domination, TDM. And so if you're in kill confirmed, you obviously just want to collect tags as fast as possible as the primary objective. Once you get those 3 kills, the 3 one-shot, 1 kill medals with no attachments. Once you've done that, just focus on tags. Try and kind of run around the edge of the map to get these tags, slide towards them when you're near so that you don't get picked off at the last second and die before collecting it. Just do whatever you can to get the tags and don't worry too much about the kills. Obviously killing people can help you get more tags, but if there's tags floating around, definitely try and get those, and obviously try and deny the enemy's tags so that you're more likely to win. In domination, obviously you want to hold down the dom points and prevent enemies from taking them. You'll want to be more campy, use the launcher if necessary to get people off your objective. You can use a C4 as well and stuff like that. Obviously that's useful, but obviously if it's just a team deathmatch, get kills as fast as possible, and that will be that. Now, the 4th scenario is that if the enemy is strongly winning in any of these modes like kill confirmed, domination or TDM in face-off, if the enemy is strongly winning, there's no point trying to do better in your objective, because then you're just going to kind of make it more of a stalemate and it'll take longer to finish the match. So if they're winning and it's likely that they're going to win at the end of the game, you just want to try and help them win a little bit faster so the match finishes quicker. So for example, you could kill a few of your teammates because it's hardcore to stop them helping your team. So like if they're about to capture a domination point, you can kill them, Obviously don't do it loads, but you know, you could do it a bit. You could kill yourself, you could let the enemies take the domination points, stuff like that, just to kind of get the match over a little bit faster. So those are the main kind of ways if you literally just want to get this weapon as fast as possible, get in and get out. That is what you do, because obviously you can't leave, because then the progress will be reset. So that's all about multiplayer. What about Warzone then? Well, what you want to do, obviously go into plunder, stay in the plane until you're kicked out. The weapon I'd recommend using is a sniper, because this does one-shot kill damage to the head. And you can also put on stopping power rounds as a field upgrade, because the bullets do more damage. Now obviously don't put on any attachments, because otherwise this challenge won't be met, because you're using attachments when you shouldn't be. Use a sniper, go into plunder, and then stay in the plane until you're kicked out. You can then obviously drop with other players, some of whom may be inactive. You can either then snipe the enemies in the head up close to get a one shot, one kill medal, or get a bit of a distance, go prone and get the headshots that way. Just remember to do it as fast as you can, and obviously if you can't do it when you drop out of the plane, go to a high flow area. At the moment there's loads of little active events and little active areas around Verdansk, so obviously go to a high flow area where lots of people are dropping and just try and get some headshots that way, and that should help towards this challenge. But there are other Warzone methods as well. Obviously you don't have to unlock this weapon right away. Sometimes they have other modes which might be more useful than plunder. So for example, limited time multiplayer type modes that appear in Warzone. So for example, over the past year we've seen a lot of Warzone Rumble. I'm sure that will be back. There was also the recent addition of the limited time Kingslayer Trios TDM mode in Warzone. Obviously again, that was a more multiplayer style one, so it's much easier to get the challenge done. And also occasionally there are free to play weekends. One just ended a bit over a week ago, so look out for these. And you know, if you really can't do this challenge in Warzone, save it till then and then get it done when there's a free to play weekend, so you can jump into multiplayer and get it done really, really quickly. So that is how to unlock the R1 Shadowhunter crossbow. I think it's pretty decent. The reloading is a little bit slow and annoying, and you don't get a ton of ammo. However, I think I'm going to do a class setup soon, that, you know, the best kind of class setup for this, because there's a few tips to get a bit more ammo and to do a bit better, getting more kills in the game, and I'll share that class setup soon if you guys are interested. Obviously this gun only has one attachment, but in terms of other aspects of the class setup, I think that might be important to go over. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Hopefully I'll have it up soon, and I can throw a card on screen for that and a link in the description. But yeah, I think the weapon's pretty decent, and it's going to be great to try out this thing in zombies and possibly even Warzone. So feel free to check out my Cold War camo guides, you know, guides for unlocking other new DLC weapons such as the E-Tool shovel, which came out recently. It's great for zombies. I've also got best class setup, so for example I'm going to do one, like I said, for the R1 Shadowhunter crossbow, but I've also got one for the Farah 83 that came out recently, and I'm going to have guides on how to unlock the gold camo quickly for the R1 Shadowhunter, but also I've got loads of other camo guides, as I said. Finally, I've got a video, like I said, on how to level up tiers fast. That's on my channel, and obviously part of that video is the COD Points Giveaway. So if you're interested in either aspect of that, feel free. Again, links in the description and a card on screen. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you found it useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. And feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on to stay up to date with all my latest Black Ops, Cold War and Warzone videos. Cheers for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys all on the next video.